Hey friends, and welcome back to another Budget With Me video. I know it has definitely been some time since we sat down together and did a monthly budget. However, I am getting back on track. I am getting my act together, to say the least. I mentioned a few videos back that honestly the hubby and I have just been in, I guess, sort of a limbo since paying off the remaining of our consumer debt back in December, and we have been budgeting as far as writing everything out, but not really being intentional once the money comes in, making sure that it's, bills are paid, of course, but then making sure that any remaining money are put towards the appropriate categories for savings and all that kind of stuff there. It's just kind of been, and what happens, happens kind of thing. And let me tell you, when I went into the account and finally did some reconciling, I realized that we cannot live our life like this. This is not how we roll. We need to be as detailed as possible to make sure that we're tracking every penny that comes in and every penny that goes out. So with that being said, I am getting my act together and getting back on track with doing just that. Now, just a quick FYI for anyone that may be new here, hi and welcome. Just to let you know, my name is Michelle. We are a family of 7. When you include Lola the fur baby, we have 4 kiddos, ages 18, 14, just made 12, and going on 8. Goodness, my babies are growing way too fast. Anywho, we do currently live off one W-2 income, which is my husband's income. However, I am licensed and I do own and operate a home daycare. Currently, I do not have any full-time clients. I only keep before and after school kids, and I have 2 families that I am caring for at the current moment. It just seems to be that with my own family and my kids' activity and just the demand of our family, I just really don't have the time to really focus on someone else's kids. Long story short, not doing full-time daycare at the moment. Daycare is not off the table, but just at the moment, not full-time daycare. So moving on from there. Now, we are currently consumer debt-free. We are working on figuring out what our next steps are. The plan has always to be, once we get done with consumer debt, is fund up some savings account, retirement, other categories we want to take care of, getting the 18-year-old through high school and then through graduation, which is coming up in a month, OMG, in a month. And then a few house projects as well, and then start working towards paying off the mortgage early. So today we are going to sit and write out the budget for April, tally everything up. The hubby and I talked over a few things yesterday, mainly just focusing on the amount of money we would need to spend outside of our bills and our normal personal spending and things like that, which is really just for Easter. This is one of those months that we always end up spending a little bit extra, whether it's for travel or buying the kids new clothing and things like that. So we discussed that. So today I'm just going to write out everything, tally everything up, and then I also have my cash envelopes and stuff, so we'll do that as well. So let's turn the camera around and get started. So getting into the numbers. Now, what I utilize is what I call a bill log. This is a technique I learned years ago from a budget class I took at a local church. All I did was take a legal pad, a sheet of paper, and I just wrote out all of our bills pretty much, and they're written out in 5-day increments. I keep the master copy in the bill binder, and I just make a copy for each month. So it's basically each bill or the bills are laid out in 5-day increments for when they're due. So between the 1st and the 5th, I know the mortgage is due, the house alarm is due. Between the 6th and the 10th, the water bill, the cell phone, internet, and so on. These bills here are due, so I know I need to have funds in the account to cover these expenses here. Now, this here, again, it works for us. It has been working for us for some time, and it did not happen overnight. It took some time to get all of this set up this way, and honestly, it took me really doing a budget for the first time, like a really detailed budget to figure out what money's coming in, what money's going out, what pitfalls we may have throughout the month and things like that. And then also calling the utility companies, the bill companies, and changing the due date in order for it to line up with our payday. So that was like a process within itself. So this just didn't magically happen. I just didn't magically decide, okay, these bills I'm going to pay here, and it just works. No, it took a little time, again, for me figuring out exactly what bills needed to be paid off of what paycheck and things like that. Now, as years have passed, our income has changed. It went up, it went down, job loss, job changes, all that kind of stuff. So I had to come back to this plenty of times to just kind of reevaluate and reassess things. And also sometimes I have to go and call the bill companies again and change the due dates around, which, side note, in case you did not know, you can do that with pretty much all utility companies, as well as some of your fixed loans as well. If the due date is just not working, request a due date change. All right, so what I do is I write in the budgeted amount for each bill, and then when that actual bill comes in, I write in the actual amount or the actual amount paid, if there was any late fees or anything like that. Now, I base the amount that I'm budgeting for the month or the current month from the previous month's bill. So for instance, our water bill last week was $94 and some change, so I'm just rounding it up to $95, expecting it to be about the same for the month of April. Our cell phones pretty much remain the same. We are with Metro PCS, so we don't have any data overage usage or anything like that. It's an unlimited plan. Internet pretty much stays the same. Netflix is like $14 and some change, so I just budget out $15. The gym pretty much stays the same as well. And then I also like to use this form to track the tithing as well as our sync funds, and then I will total out everything for the month. Now, just a quick side note, we do not share the actual income amount that we receive. Hubby's not 100% comfortable with that, and well, I totally agree and respect him on that. So we don't share our income, but we do share the numbers here for our expenses are accurate, and the numbers that we spend for groceries, gas, personal care, things like that, those numbers are all accurate, but the income, we just don't share that. All right, and then I also like to track our sync funds. So for this month, we're only focused on the auto insurance. It's due for renewal in July, I believe. And then Jalen's graduation. He will be graduating as of May 31st. So we have his graduation, Mace's birthday's in May, my birthday's in May, Mother's Day's in May, and then we also have Memorial Day. So our family typically hosts Memorial Day each year, and mainly because it falls around Mason's birthday. He's a Memorial Day baby. So anyways, we're still trying to figure that out. Not sure how we're going to mesh all of that together, but for sure I know we're going to be celebrating Jalen's graduation, so I want to make sure that we have money available to do so. So I'm tracking that here. And then what I do is I just come in and I write in all of our totals for the month. Again, I'm not writing in income or tithes. We do tithe 10% of all income that's received in the home. But again, we don't share that information. And then all the bills, all the weekly envelopes, and then our sync funds as well. Now, what I would do on the spine is that I track our income. So when the hubby gets paid, I write in the date and the amount his check was. When he receives money from doing the sports coaching and all that, I write that in. When I receive money from the daycare or the bookkeeping business, reselling anything from the couponing stockpile, all of that stuff, I write in the numbers here. It just makes it so much easier for me to see everything at a glance that's going on for the month, and then I can tally up all the income amounts and be able to do our reconciliation at the end of the month. So again, this just works and makes sense for us, and we've just been doing this for years. So there it is. So okay, on bills this month we have $2,197. Our weekly envelopes, which is our cash envelopes, we're looking at $1,640. And then for sync funds, a total of $640 there. And then over on the back, I just wrote myself a quick little note, cash spending for this month. My grocery bill is $500. It doesn't mean I don't go over, or it doesn't mean that I'm not under sometimes. I do coupon. I do shop very frugally, shopping at stores like the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree, Aldi sometimes, and then shopping the mega events over at Kroger. I'm very much so able to stretch that $500 way out. So we may be under, we may be over, but it being Easter this month, we may end up being over just depending on what we decide to do for Easter. Not quite sure on that just yet. Auto gas is $200. Hair and nails, this covers the girls' hair, my hair, me getting my nails done, eyebrows done, and then the boys getting their haircuts. $240, and these are monthly totals. Personal care, the hubby gets $100 and I get $100, which is basically our allowance for the month. Kids is $60, Lola is $40, and that goes for her grooming since she's eating a homemade dinner now, or homemade meals now. I go ahead and include her meal budget into the grocery budget. So $40 for her grooming, and then for Easter, I'm just setting aside $200. We always end up getting the kids new sandals and slides and a couple pieces of spring clothes and things like that. So $200 for that, and that'll be for the 3 little ones. Jalen will be on his own. He got a job now. He can take care of himself. So $1,640 is the total. So that is how we keep track of all the bills for the month. Having everything on one sheet, just all the bills, our sync funds, our tithes, being able to have our income tracked as well. It just makes it very easy for me to see everything in a glance, and it just works for us. So let's go ahead and get into the cash envelope. All right, so for cash envelope these next 2 weeks, I have it all written down here. I ended up only taking out $500. I anticipated taking out $600, $100 for groceries, $200 for gas, and then $300 to pay for Jada's dance fees, but didn't need to do that. So I ended up selling some things out of the coupon stockpile, so I made a hot $100 there. And then the hubby came home with 1,000 ones and some, and actually I don't think he gave me all the monies he came home with, because I see him divvying up some stuff, and I seen a couple of kids' hands out, so whatever. But he apparently made some tips. Tips from where? I don't know, because I'm thinking to myself, who tipping you and for what? So, for as I know, he out there stripping. Anyways, moving on. I'm not going to complain because I'm going to take the extra and put it towards my grocery budget. So, I got my money ordered. I just need to fill that out for Jada's dance stuff. $200 is going to go into gas, and that'll hold us over for the next 2 weeks, or at least it should hold us over for the next 2 weeks. So, auto gas, put that in there. All right, and then the 100, well, now it's actually going to be 170. I made 100 from the couponing stockpile sale, and it really was a sale. I had 2 ladies come and pick up some stuff, so I have $100 here, and this is going to go towards my groceries. I need to go and pick up a few things. I already got what I needed for the week, but I am in need of going ahead and like doing a really big stock up for our meats for the entire month. So I'm going to take this, and then the hubby gave me this, which I think is 70, but let me double count to be sure, because like I said, I seen a bunch of kids' hands out as he was divvying up the money. So we got 5s in here, so 15, all right, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Yes, $70 still. So nobody stole my money off my desk. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, so I'm going to take this 70 and put it with the 100 that I have here. And this is just going to be for a meat stock up. So that's what's going down, because I need to get to the store and get some meat. I'm finding, again, being that we are eating keto, I'm eating strictly keto. The hubby is still playing around with this whole scenario. But also, I'm feeding the fur babies. So we go through meat a whole lot more than what we used to. Things are changing, y'all. Times are changing. So that was it. Only needed to put money into the auto gas fund. And then, like I said, Jada's money order, I have that. I just got to fill it out, and I'll drop this off. On my way out to the grocery store this morning as well. Getting all the errands and all the things ringing. So we are good to go. That is that on cash envelopes for the next 2 weeks. So that should hold us over. All right, so April's budget is done and I feel so very good about that. Glad to be getting back on track. I told the hubby that we have to make sure we keep each other accountable. You know, money is just one of those subjects that is hard to discuss no matter who you are, husband and wife, mother and child. It does not matter. It is hard to talk about money. So for a very long time in our marriage, I used to feel like, you know, if he came over me, and it's not that he came over me, he's taller than me. So I'm at my dad's, he's standing over me, he's over me. But, you know, all in my feelings, I would think, okay, you're coming over my shoulder and trying to second guess what I got going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if I robbed Peter or Paul. I got this. Like, that's how I used to feel. And I had to come to grips and realize, and this is like way back when, not recent, but I had to come to grips and realize, like, don't take it for face value. He's standing behind you because you're sitting at your desk, lady, and he's taller than you. So yes, he's looking over your shoulder. So we have to really, like, legit, like, this is just how your mind plays tricks on you, right? It's how the devil be trying to show up in your business. We had to get to the point where I'm like, you know what? You need to pull a chair up and let's sit together. Let's sit side by side where my shoulder touches yours, because this standing over me, I feel some kind of way. This is not what I'm doing. This is not how I want to proceed with this process. Like, it was a whole situation. So anyways, what I'm saying is sometimes I be over the top with things, but really though, sometimes it has, well, for me and the hubby, I can tell you that it has gotten to the point sometimes where he did not want to come and ask me anything regarding the budget. Nothing. Not, you know, did we have enough money? You know, not telling me, no, I got a tip. Do you need this for something before I use it for this? Like, just no discussing anything with me. And it wasn't out of being selfish. It was more so just out of that fear of having that conversation. That's really what it was, having that conversation. And it goes vice versa. I mean, it goes both ways. Even for me, be the one that had always done the bills, there was times where when things were tight, I did not want to come to him and say, look, this is what's going on. I'm having a little bit of trouble figuring out which way we should go. What do we do? Do we move money here? Do we pay this, pay that? Do we pay only half here? Like, you know, not wanting to come to him, but instead my frustration would be manifested by an attitude, you know, not wanting to talk to him, swinging my neck, snapping my fingers, smacking my lips kind of thing. And it's not okay. Like, it's totally not okay. So anyways, him and I, we have been in a really good place for the most part when it comes to finances and discussing things. And we both realized that we kind of both checked out once we got that first paycheck in, and we did not have to send X amount of money over to Sally Mae, and we had the extra money in our budget. So yeah, we just kind of both checked out and realized that, oh wait, we need to come back. We need to make sure we keep each other accountable and make sure that we're, you know, sticking to the budget, writing out the budget, sticking to it, and then actually coming back and reconciling the budget to make sure that everything went smoothly. So on that note, I would leave you guys with that. Communication is key. Even when you are all up in your feelings, you got to talk it out. And if you feel that you cannot talk to your significant other, I highly recommend that both of you have the same mutual person that you can talk to work out any conflict, because sometimes that's just what you need. And it shouldn't be your mama, it shouldn't be their mama, that's your mama. No, it shouldn't be. No matter if your mama a pastor, your daddy a pastor, they're a counselor, keep family out of it. But it should be somebody that's neutral to you guys, I would say. I mean, we have someone that if we need to, we can go to and talk and discuss just to work through some things, because sometimes it's hard for him to hear me and it's hard for me to hear him. Once you kind of got your wall built and you're stuck on what you're stuck on, it's kind of hard for the other person to get anything across. Y'all know what I mean. If you're married, if you have been in a deep relationship and shared a life with someone or sharing a life with someone, you understand where I'm coming from. So I'm going to stop rambling with that. Definitely comment down below. Let me know if you have completed your budget for April. If not, why? Like, I have to be an adult. I need you to be an adult too. Let's get this done already. Anyways, guys, thanks so very much for watching. Definitely be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And until next time, bye.